Hi everyone, my name is Enrique Wong and I'm your composition and rhetoric professor. I'm recording this video to give you like a quick welcome tour to my class and to show you the most important features that the course offers. It's important you watch this video before the video conference that we will have tonight because you'll be better equipped to ask questions and make comments about the course after watching the video. Um, the first thing that you should know is that it's important that if you haven't taken an online class before or if you haven't used D2L extensively, you understand the way the platform works. It's important that the first thing that you check is here the navigation bars that appear on the central part of the platform on the top side, and you have the course home, the syllabus, the contents, the resources, the quizzes, and all the activities that we will be doing during the module. To start backwards, I would like to talk about something that you have to submit by week 8 of our class. I'm talking about the portfolio. If you've read the syllabus, you understand what the portfolio is. The portfolio is the place where you collect samples of your activities during the course. Samples such as pre-writing samples, critical reading samples, the writing activities like writing assignments with the corrections after you write the assignment for my class, and I write them and I make side notes. I send them back to you, and you have the chance to correct the mistakes and then load them as the polished writing sample in the portfolio. If you want to find information about the portfolio, it's important that you come here to the syllabus and contents section of the class, and here in week 8, you under putting it together, you have a resource, a learning object, the week, by the name of creating a portfolio. In this learning object, you have all the information that you need to know in order to put together your portfolio. From on page 1, you have the objectives. Then on page 2, you have the different type of files that you should be collecting in the portfolio. On page 3, you have the information about the qualitative self-assessment that you need to be completing during the course. And then on page 4 and onto page 6, you have different examples of different samples. For example, here you have a pre-writing technique example. This is a pre-writing technique, the cluster. This is an example of the type of pre-writing that you have to collect in your portfolio. But going back to the syllabus and contents, I'm going to be using week 1 as the model for you to follow what you may need to do every week. Supposedly you have done this already. The first thing that you do is access here through the content section. You have all the weeks from week 1 through week 8, and the first thing you will encounter here is the planner of the week. It is a must downloading the planner, because the planner would give you all the information of the material that you have to read, where, the pages, and the activities that you have to complete. If you download the planner the first day of the week, you'll be in great shape because you won't forget anything. For example, you have here the schedule. The first week, I just simply I didn't include the dates, but it's just the first week beginning on Monday and through Sunday. My weeks begin on Monday, and on Sundays, where there is the closing time for most of the activities for the week. You have a description of what you will find. For example, here you have in this topic, you will read the contents of the learning object in week 1, and the learning object is what I what I explained, that you have in every week, you have one learning object that I wrote with my interpretation of the contents of your book and more thorough guidance to help you read the material for the week. And so in the first week, you have to read the learning object, and then you have to read the chapters from Everyone's an Author by Andrew Lanford, The Need for Rhetoric and Writing on pages 1 through 74. Additionally, you will read chapter 31, How to Write Good Sentences, on pages 668 through 669, and 4 common sentence patterns on pages 670 through 674. So you have here in the description all the pages. You don't need to read anything else, so everything is here. And the topics, I talk about the objective, understanding rhetoric, reading to understand and engage, demand for academic writing, and the activities that you have to complete. The activity for the first week is you have the first video conference here, which is tonight on the 23rd, from 8 to 9. This is a non-evaluated activity. This is a simple, informative session. And then you have the first writing assignment that you have to find, and I will show you where, which is a multimodal personal statement where you talk about yourself, and this is due on September 1st or the 3rd, depending on the section, the section of our course. And then the first forum, which is loading a personal introduction. You have to record the video using the video tool of D12. And also you have to complete the self-assessments every week, which is non-evaluated activities that you have to complete online to check your understanding of the topic. So you have in the planner the competencies also and the bibliography. So this is the planner of week 1. And so after you understand what is expected from you, here you have the first learning object. Every week you have a learning object. My idea is that you read what I wrote for you, because it's my guidance to help you walk through the material. So it's important that you read the learning object first before jumping into the course, the textbook. Here you have on page 1, the need for rhetoric and writing. That is always a video introducing the topic. Sometimes I present the video, sometimes I have invited some other professor from the university to record the video. Here you have the same information, but simpler as presented in the book. So after you have read the learning object, it is time for you to see additional material. For example, in every week you have a language corner. Although this is not an ESL course, I thought it important that you practice some grammar structures or punctuation, for example, that I consider to be great to reinforce as you study. So you have here the language corner explaining what you need to study for the week. In this case, is how to write good sentences and common sentence patterns, as I explained before. In the first week, you also have the writing assignments information. The writing assignments are up here in the Dropbox, and they're listed here. The Dropbox is the Deberes link in Spanish. And you have writing assignment 1, and you have the due dates, and writing assignment 2, 3, and 4. In this Dropbox, we also have other folders, for example, voicemail and video notes. If you want to communicate with me using voice notes, that is great for participation. You record a voice message and then you leave it here. You send it to me or you upload it here and I check it. And you have other links for loading the answer for the video conference if you do not come, video conference 2 and video conference 3. And in the last part of the Dropbox, you have the portfolio where you should be collecting all your samples. But you will read about the portfolio if you access the learning object of week You also have here for the first week. It's important that you come to the Otros link, and then under self-assessment you have the self-assessments or autoevaluaciones, and they are organized by weeks. These kind of activities are not evaluated, they are self-evaluated. The system will give you the answer after you complete them. I don't have an evidence of your doing these activities, so it's important that after you have finished your week, you write a qualitative report where you tell me how you did in these activities. It's important you keep a record of your individual action, because in the self-assessment part, that you have to submit 3 qualitative self-assessment in the course, you have to give me information about your performance here. If you check here, for example, you see the kind of exercises that you will find. This is an example. You have a question, and then you have you can choose an answer. If it's a wrong answer, the system will give you the result right away. So you have to inform me later of your performance in this activity. In the quiz section, you have all the other exercises. Quiz 1, parallelism in the sentence, from for week 2, and they are organized on weekly basis. And so all this information appears over here in the planner of the week. So please play some with the system. I want you to enter and access the different sections of the class, and I want you to be ready with questions and comments in tonight's session. Remember, we have the session at 8 p.m. tonight. And the other video conferences, the ones that are evaluated, are scheduled for Saturdays. So in order to avoid conflicting schedules. So this is all I have for you. I just hope that you simply get in touch with me with questions if you have any. Please, I'll be looking forward to meeting you tonight, and hopefully by this time you have already read the syllabus and have a notion of what the class is all about. Thank you.